wide, feeling brand new. Be brave, be bold, let your story unfold. No matter how wild, you'll break through the
Hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining.
All.
We've had a little bit of issue with our TikTok, and TikTok have banned us for some sort of reason. So we're no longer able to stream on TikTok, but we're here live on YouTube and Facebook, joined by myself, Sam Whitfield, and we've also got Dan.
Evening all.
Hello, Dan. So yeah, we're just
Peeking over
gonna.
the map.
What's that?
Peeking over the map.
Yeah, just onto the side. I could move it around. It's a bit of a nightmare. Thank you all for joining. If you do have any questions, comments, drop them in. But essentially, what we're going to do is me and Dan. This is really weird having these on, and I don't know. It seems a bit strange. So yeah, me and Dan are essentially just going to be looking at our storm chase. We have activated storm chase mode, so we are initiating. We are 100% going. But where are we going to go? What are we expecting? And we're going to bring this all to you now. So first off, we're looking at locations. Location-wise, what are we saying, Dan?
Yeah, location-wise, that's where all the fun begins.
I mean, I think we've
got to be North Wales, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our Storm Force 2, the helicopter, won't make it into Ireland in those winds.
Good old Storm Force 1, eh? Okay, so looking at the latest models. Oh, why is that coming up? Shut up. You're going to have to bear with us, just because essentially this is our chase brief. But I know the admins are here as well in the chats, and we will get through to the comments.
They better be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been looking at, well, the downside is all this is Wales, so pronunciation is going to be interesting.
Yes.
So we'll start with the easy one of Carnarvon.
See, the storm name itself, for some reason, I've been calling it Eunice. And then Éowyn.
You've already done Eunice. It's been and gone.
Eowyn. Or Éowyn.
Éowyn.
It's
something like that.
It's something like that. Anyway.
Something like that, yeah.
Right, so EC. Let's have a look at this one.
EC is looking interesting.
Let's get out of England, Wales, and Ireland and have a look at a bigger picture. Here we go. Change kilometers an hour. Knots. Mile an hour. I can never convert it. It's a nightmare.
And I went on to the Met Irene earlier, and it took me ages to realise that was in kilometres. Went on one website that was knots. That confused me at all.
That is just ridiculous.
How
EC are predicting 144 off the coast of Western Wales. It's just a bit crazy.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
So essentially, we've got Storm Force 1, us in the truck.
Oh, yeah, that's us, yeah.
And then was it Noah 4-2, innit?
Something like that, yeah. He's about 45,000 feet above us.
I know where I'd rather be.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Anglesey, based on this, I do think's probably going to be the best idea. However,
before you go
Scenario
too far with
2.
Anglesey,
sorry?
before you get too carried away with Anglesey, I've had a look at the map.
Yeah.
And there seems to be one road in, well, one main road in and one B road in. And that is all. If you've got 100 odd mile an hour plus winds coming while we're in there, just south of Lillanfairflil, then we're going to get stuck there. And we ain't getting off that island. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right.
Where is that again?
Yeah, find Anglesey Island.
Yeah.
The little islandy bit. Go down. There's one main road in, the North Wales Expressway.
Oh.
And then there's a town just north of that, which definitely could do with a few vowels in it. It's got fair written in the middle of it. Don't know if that helps. But yeah, they look to be our only routes in and out. If they start shutting bridges...
this little pointy bit coming in and out, yeah? This bit here.
Oh, no, go up. I forgot we had a map on there. All right, zoom in there on the little... That's it, keep going. Zoom in. Go up.
Round here?
Up a bit more. There you go. Those two roads there to the top right of the screen. They are our two bridges
yeah.
in and out of the island. Yes.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what then. Let's knock Holyhead off.
Yeah, it would be... I was looking earlier...
I mean, in terms of terrain levels, what's it like? Is it quite open or is it?
Well, it's not too bad once you get out of Snowdonia, which obviously got a few hills in it and stuff.
So the A50 for Holyhead. Or, I was thinking, or I've got to do that, or...
Got to be done.
Again, road networks are going to be shocking. But down here.
Or that's not a bad idea.
Or
no, that is a good option.
Carnarvon. This is what it's like, guys. Or
Carnarvon. Because down on that point, yes, it could get hit first, but it is a little bit further south, so it might miss the worst of it.
Yeah.
But also, that trek there is not a main A road. It's going to take us forever to keep up with anything.
Okay. Yeah.
I was looking at a little place called... who did this? Whose idea was this? Called Dinas Dinuli. Fuck it. This is ridiculous. Dinas space DINLLE. So... if you look at... oh, for Christ's sake.
This live stream's going brilliant, guys.
It's great, isn't it? So where the little dip is with the river in between Anglesey Islandy bit.
Little dip? What? Sorry, what are we looking at?
Yes, to the right a bit.
To the right, yeah.
No, go back to me.
To the left?
Yeah, yep. So, right, move your mouse slightly to the left, to the coast.
Yes.
Follow it down.
Yeah.
Down. There.
Yep.
No, up a bit.
Yeah.
Up a bit. There, back there. Zoom in. Zoomy.
Oh, there he is.
There. Nice car park there on the beach where we could be the first people to get battered by waves.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we know that's the area. So I think what we should do.
Slight little town there. Slight little town. Could be interesting.
Okay. deploy time, what time are we looking at?
I'm thinking we leave about 10:30 on Thursday night. Oh, I know we said we weren't doing comments and stuff, but I think it's mine here that said that dinner would be ace, because rescue copters are there too.
Yeah, we don't really want to be relying on them, do we?
Not so much relying on them, watching them go out to the rescue to other people would be good.
Well, yeah, but I hope that people would not go out in this.
That is that.
Because essentially,
We've already got number 42 on our rescue, so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so you're looking at about 5.5 hours.
At least, yeah.
Okay.
5.5, 6 hours. So I'm reckoning we leave around 10. Get up there for 4, 5 o'clock with a coffee stop. Couple of hours kip and set up, and then off we go.
Okay.
Get battered.
In terms of Storm Force 1,
yes.
Are we all fully equipped, ready to... Is there anything that needs to be done? Because I know we had a little bit of a conversation in terms of the lighting from the back end. And
yeah, I've got a couple of lights to be replaced, which I've got and are ready to go on.
Did you want me to install them tomorrow before we go? Or
Yeah, can do. Yeah, I'll drop it down to you and we'll get that sorted.
should we drop that down?
All equipment's in there, ready to go.
Extra fuel?
Extra fuel, got another 20 litres.
And chainsaw?
Chainsaw is on the route.
Bottles of water? I can get all that.
We've got a 15-litre container of water as well. I brought windscreen washer fluid this time so that everyone stops moaning about how dirty my windscreen is. I'll put new window wipers on so everyone stops moaning about how dirty my windscreen is. I've got a demister pad and a spray for the inside of the window so that everyone stops moaning about how dirty my window is. So yeah, we should be good to go. That's our top comment from North Devon a little while ago.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, it's been cleaned for our little special trip that we did last week.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So I don't need to rely all everything on that truck is done.
Yeah, fit more cameras. If you can fit those new lights on, we're good to go.
Okay, so tomorrow's plan would be drop the truck round. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep those 2 lights on as it is, because I'll just essentially put them so they're at the side. Put the 2 new ones facing towards the back, because then essentially we've got 360 vision in dark. Though I think this storm's obviously going to be coming daytime. Yeah, so we should be all right, but it's good to have that there. Scenario 2, we were looking at... In fact, let's have a look at some of the comments. What's going in the comments? Sorry, guys.
I don't know which admin's in there, but high tide at Holyhead on Friday is between 5:55 and then low at 12:03.
Okay.
I don't know how high that high is, but...
Should have a quick look at see what Wendy's suggesting. I've not looked at any of the surges. I've literally just been on the wind, and
yeah, that's pretty much all I've been on.
Robbie being in here.
Robbie. Oh no, he doesn't have Facebook.
Okay, let's have a look at some of these.
Windy. There we go.
So, hello, Connor. Thanks for joining. Let's go. Yes, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
What about Western Supermare?
Might get a bit choppy, I reckon.
Yeah, let's have a look.
But effectively, most of the country is going to be pretty windy in it.
Let's have a look at the network. UKV latest Met Office. Let's see what
UKV latest has actually downgraded a little bit.
Remember what we was told earlier.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
on
we
the
need
actual
to take
model,
that into consideration anyway.
On the models itself, it says it's downgraded a little bit.
Yeah.
It hasn't, but it looks on the models to say it has.
Oh.
Hmm.
Ever so slightly. So Western Supermare, yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be that bad. I mean, you're under the yellow warning there as well. Let me bring the yellow warnings up because there's so many warnings going on.
We've got rain ones, wind ones. I've had a bit of a private message through.
Oh God.
From someone apparently who doesn't know how to comment on the live stream or that lot. But apparently we have to give a shout out to Miss Murray, who was the lady screaming on the moors with biscuits.
Well, she wasn't screaming for biscuits when we was up there snow chasing.
No, that's not her. I don't know who Miss Murray is, but apparently she was screaming on the moors with biscuits. It's Molly's teacher, apparently. And Molly deserves 200 points because we said we would mention her. I don't know what any of this means.
So who are we shouting out?
Miss Murray.
Big shout out to Miss Murray.
Miss Murray, you're a legend. I don't remember you screaming on the moors, and I don't remember getting a biscuit. But next time, Viennese finger would be lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Right, so Western Supermare, yeah. I mean, you're under the yellow warning there. Peak gusts between 50 to 60 mile an hour, 60 to 70 around the coast and hills. I think, to be fair, you're probably looking more around about 50 mile an hour there, guys, around the Western Supermare area.
So still going to be a bit choppy, but
yeah. 68 Mitzi on YouTube. Hi, thank you very much for joining. Dan Milden on Facebook. How bad is North Devon, please? Again, it's probably going to be the same sort of winds to Western Supermare on the top, so expect 50, 60 mile an hour.
Still enough to be wary of.
This could change and probably will change. Got Sarah Brace on YouTube. Thank you all for joining. And Teresa as well on YouTube. That's great. Pamela, hello from Ireland. We are all on red warnings now here. Yep, so we are going to get into the warnings. And we would absolutely love to be in Ireland, to be chasing, but unfortunately, yes, it is a very, very dangerous situation for Wales. Wales, Ireland, sorry. There's so much going on.
What's that? The viewership just dropped in half?
Honestly, it's mental.
Not that we're losing the plot already.
Oh, we're always losing the plot.
We wouldn't be doing this otherwise.
Yeah, so in terms of the weather warnings, everyone needs to be prepared for this. Find your safe places. Those that are going to be in the amber warnings and those in Ireland under the red warnings really, really, really need to take this seriously. I've just personally not seen a system like this before.
Just seen a comment from that 68 Mitzi on YouTube again. What do the colours mean? So when we go through the warnings, we'll break that down a bit as well.
Yeah, we will. So yeah, you just need to be absolutely on it. Make sure you essentially look at the warnings all the time. I mean, it's just stupid things, isn't it? Like, getting your battery pack sorted, those that are in the areas. Power is going to be a big disruption, I think, especially after Dara as well.
Fair few lines down.
I mean, so what do the colours mean? So essentially, the really horrible black bits and the yellow bits, and that is ridiculous winds. Bearing in mind, this is just one model run that we are looking at, which is the ECMWF, and they're estimating 117 mile an hour winds, which is pretty crazy.
Very good point. You've seen what the colours mean is in the graph. I assumed it was warnings.
No, so
That
the
makes
colours.
makes more sense. Yeah.
George, do you want to expand a little bit?
Well, I thought the question was, what do the colours mean on the warnings? The difference between red, amber, and yellow.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the models.
You might be right. Let's cover both just for a laugh.
Yeah, so the models that we're looking here that you can see on the screen, which I'm just flicking around. Let me try and
There we
maximize
go.
that one out a little bit. There we are. Look. So yeah, these bits in here are just what they're estimating of 117 mile an hour. Obviously, this isn't gonna be 117. It's just, I don't know. I just can't see it happening. But runs have been quite consistent. Either way, you need to be prepared regardless. And then, yeah, as we kind of go out, the winds seem to just decrease a little bit. The reds are kind of looking at between, what are the reds? Is it 50, 60 mile an hour, isn't it?
Reds are between 39 and 47.
Yeah, there we are.
And then as it turns more purple, up to 55. Then the purple to white is up to 74. As you start getting to white and black, you're talking 96 to 100. When you get that ridiculous, dirty yellow colour in the middle, you're 111 mile an hour. Proper dirty little system.
It's a violent system.
Yeah.
The risk assessments for ourselves, obviously, we've really had to look at quite a fair bit. In terms of who's in the vehicle as well, just me and Dan. We won't be taking any passengers or anyone else just because of the risk that we're going to be going into. Yeah, it's quite crazy. It's the biggest storm I think we're going to intercept for the moment. And we were looking at going over to Ireland, but unfortunately, logistically, it's just going to be an absolute nightmare. It's okay getting over there, but it's getting back. And then what if we're stranded over there for multiple days because there's no ferries or whatever, and we've got Storm Force 1 to come back. Though we are set up with recovery, so as soon as we deploy, that's it. We know that we're fully recovered. We could be anywhere in the UK. This isn't AA or RAC. This is a private thing, but we know that if we go out at any point and we get into a situation, whether that's we get a flat tire, we crash, we get hit by a tree, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, we have got recovery that can essentially come out and what's it, rescue us.
Assist.
But yeah, essentially rescue us.
Bail us out.
Yeah, pull us out, get us out. But it's good to have that. It's good to have that. There was another thing I needed to... Connectivity wise, have we looked at that?
It's not looking promising.
Okay, so we have got a burner phone as well, just in case we need that.
Yeah.
Radios all
charged up, ready to roll.
Cool.
I've given number 42 all of our codes for the day, so they should tune in. Be good.
I love you. It's great. Right, let's have a look at a little bit more of these models because we haven't actually looked through this yet. So that's EC. Don't really want to be looking at GFS if I'm honest.
Hi. Yeah, it's a selected carrier. You're on Vodafone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why am I looking that? I don't want to be looking at that. Yeah, again, GFS has got it. 12. 115.
Yeah. Which model are you loading up now? Not sure if anyone can hear me or whether Sam's just muted himself or whether he's just... Yeah, he's just muted himself. That's all right, mate. I'll just keep us going. It's fine. I'll just give a running comment. I'll try and lip read what you're saying and just try and translate.
Is that better? I didn't realise I did that.
Yeah. That's all right. No,
Look at that GFS, mate.
GFS. Yeah, I can see why you've muted yourself now. Yeah. GFS. Pretty much the same kind of thing now. They've all kind of lined up quite nicely.
Yeah, I'm just going to quick chat on UKV.
UKV. I said UKV is showing it as slightly downgraded, but ignore the numbers as such. But around the Carnarvon bit that we were looking at around 89 mile an hour winds by about 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's actually coming a bit earlier now as well. So that stopping off for a kip and setup might have to go out the window a little bit.
How far north was we cutting off?
How far north were?
How far north was we going to look to go?
Well, we were looking at North Wales because the first place to get battered. But I was looking at, with the road networks and stuff, getting North Wales to say up towards Blackpool way, or even up to Morecambe, which would be ideal. But it's a 3 hour drive. Which is going to screw things a little bit. Things, if we go that far, we're just going to end up missing it.
I don't like this latest UKV. I won't lie. I mean, again, Ireland just really, the west of Ireland really need to kind of be prepared. I mean, evacuations is...
Ireland is going to be slammed. Absolutely slammed.
I am really concerned for those in Ireland. That is just absolutely ridiculous. No wonder why Noah sent over the hurricane hunters.
I said, if this had come out over the tropic and was out over ocean, it would be a hurricane.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. What is it, 130? So what, we're looking at a Cat 3 hurricane here, essentially.
Yeah.
But it's not got the characteristics to be because it's not that tropical element and stuff. But essentially, this is winds wise.
If you take out all of the criteria for it being a hurricane, it's a hurricane.
Yeah,
it is a violent system.
It's just maybe gulp.
Yeah, it's yeah, interesting. Yeah, I said if we start in Wales, we can't push north, I don't think. So with a 3-hour drive up there, it's going to be moving through so quick. We're just going to be on the tail end of it.
If we went where?
So if we started off in like Carnarvon,
Yeah.
And then went up towards Morecambe, which would be a good spot. It would be a cracking spot to go to, but it's going to be it's a 2 3/4 hour drive without traffic, without trees down, without power lines down. The time we've seen that system come through Wales, the time we get up to Morecambe, I feel like we might be a bit late to the party.
Yeah, I mean, trying to stay with it. No, I think that's.
We're not going to be able to keep up with it.
I don't think we should.
I think we do Wales, stick to Wales, and just commit to that's where we are.
Yeah.
Unless, if these models do change over the next couple of days, and we are looking a bit further north, where it almost glances Wales or glances Anglesey, then we could go to Plan B, where we bypass Wales completely and head straight to somewhere like Morecambe. So, which is exactly, it's actually a quicker drive because you're not going through Wales. We can be in Morecambe in 5 hours. So if we left there, we'd be up there by 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then we would be there ready for it to hit at 9 o'clock
Okay,
in
so
Morecambe.
let's just go back to the models a minute. So EC have got this starting to come in, making an impact into Ireland at what, say 6 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sweep over.
Sorry, you're on
Ireland.
GFS at the moment, did you say? Still?
I'm on EC.
Back on EC. Yep.
Yeah. And then
Cool.
from
Swap
about,
back over.
I'd say, from about 10 o'clock, that's when it's going to start impacting the west.
Mm-hmm. Of Wales.
Yeah.
Yep, northwest of Wales.
I'm just trying to.
Things at the same time, it's actually putting it worse around there. So it's actually putting it worse around. What's there?
We're always going to change the plan right up until we leave anyway.
Yeah, of course.
That's
actually
what
putting it up
happens.
worse
And
now
even when we do get
around-
into the area of interest, we always change it last
We'll
minute.
change it again. Yeah. It's actually
So-
putting it worse now around the Lake District. So do we change up our plan a bit?
How?
Head
See,
to somewhere like
we
Whitbeck?
we never really did rule out the Lake District, did we?
No, not at all. But I'm thinking if it does move slightly further north, do we bypass Wales, where we are going to have crap road networks, crap signal? We won't be able to go live. We won't be able to do anything. And do we head to somewhere like Morecambe, which is going to get battered just a few hours later? Do we miss the initial impact of the coast to go to somewhere that could have a longer and more direct hit?
Yeah, but we basing it on one model.
I think we're basing it on EC, GFS, and UKV.
Okay.
So at the moment, if you look at Anglesey on UKV, they've got a top speed of 82 mile an hour. If you go to Morecambe, we're looking at 90, 92, 96. So it's going to be a more direct hit. We'll be a bit late to the party in that Wales will get hit before we are, if we're in Morecambe. But we're going to get it harder and longer. And everyone loves it harder and longer.
Okay. So from now, let's just monitor every run. Because what we've got, well, geez, 24 hours, mate, and we'll be literally ready to deploy within a couple of hours.
Yeah, we've got one or two more model runs to look at before we change our mind.
Okay, so let's get briefed up tomorrow afternoon.
Yep.
We've got a few scenarios, haven't we? It's either North Wales, Anglesey, or we blast it up to the Lake District.
Yeah.
Because essentially, I see what you mean. If the winds are potentially more impactful in the Lake District, then essentially we could go there first, because we'd have to come south anyway.
Yeah.
What is...
If we went up to...
We could literally just come back and just follow our... Just patrol the whole of the area.
Yeah.
We could even do it the other way.
Even if we say, right, we're going to... I don't know, just try and pick somewhere a bit further out of the way. There's a pain in it. Right. Whitehaven. We're not going there. It's a nightmare. But that's just, for example, Whitehaven.
This is why it's a nightmare, guys. It's like this
Yeah.
every chase. What if this?
Even if
What
we-
if that?
Even if we went all the way to Lake Whitehaven, which involves us driving over the Lake District, so a nightmare route, but that's 6.5 hours. That's only half hour more than it was going to take us to get to Wales in the first place, up towards Anglesey.
Yeah.
So we could go up. I reckon Morecambe's a good shout. It's in that little bay. It's going to get hammered. We kind of go into there. Or even, yeah. But even if we've got high ground on Lake District, could be interesting.
But what's the
wind
like
in there? Not terrible once you get off. If you stick to the M6 all the way up, that takes you all the way up to, well, pretty much all the way up to Pategill. I don't know, wherever that is. So it's not terrible, but yeah, then we can track our way back. We're going back through, or almost past Blackpool, so we can stop in through Blackpool on the way. We can go in through Liverpool on the way back.
Yeah, if we're going anywhere near Liverpool, we're staying away from Anfield.
Why's that?
What a crap football team that is.
Yeah, they've got the wind blowing the ball in for them, so they'll be all right.
Okay, that's fine. So let's stick with these several plans in place, and then before we deploy, we can make that final decision. I mean, to be fair, even if we was to deploy and we get to like Bristol, we could then just make that final last minute call. Right, are we going to blast it northwest into Anglesey, Wales, or are we going to blast it north straight into Lake District or up in and around that area? But then saying that, we have got the backup where we could potentially get to somewhere like Merseyside, Liverpool, or, you know, on the way up and be like, right, do we stick with the plan on going north up to the Lake District all around that area, or do we...
Actually, looking at it, actually, if we go, say, Lake District, or we go North Wales, looking at the routes we take, we've got all the way until just south of Manchester and Liverpool to decide what our plan is. That's when we have to decide left or straight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. I
we've
think we
got
should
a
do that.
long. Where's that? Where is that?
What time are we looking at recovery back? It's probably not going to be until late afternoon, early evening, Friday, is it really? Depending
Yeah,
on
I
where we get on.
reckon it's going to be looking at the models. Everything's going to be kind of been done, gone by probably about 3 o'clock. So even if we have a slow wander back, then and then get back here or get back to base for 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Or we could utilise that time, depending on what the impact is, and then just patrol the whole of the coast. Maybe get to like land at Dudno.
So
And then
if we get
dropped out or
battered
whatever.
at midday, 1 o'clock, by 2, 3 o'clock, the worst of it's going to be done. It's going to be over us. So by 1, 2 o'clock, we start, right, let's now slowly mooch our way back, head south again, get a bit closer to home, and find what remains are left.
Okay. And you happy with that, yeah?
Sounds like a good plan to me. Yeah, I reckon we check back in tomorrow after the next lot of model runs. Double check everything. Because if it moves 200-300 miles south, we're in Wales again.
Yeah. Well, I've got Jodie on Facebook. How's Plymouth looking? Calm. As calm as ever.
Slightly
again,
breezy.
Yeah, a bit breezy there. So what, yellow warnings, 50, 60 mile an hour gusts. Nothing to obviously stay weather aware. But yeah, the northwest, North Wales, Ireland, really need to pay attention to this system. Can't see. What do you mean? I'm not sure a person that named the Storm is Welsh. Cheers, Helen. Can someone tell me how bad roughly will Cornwall get hit? Hi, Tammy. Again, it's probably going to be about 40, 50 mile an hour gust winds. It's not going to be anything as bad as what's up north. Philippa, hello from Bolton on Facebook. Thanks for watching. We've got Helen on Facebook as well. I keep hearing myself through these headphones and it's really off-putting. So if you need my attention, just put your hand up, Dan, because I've got them off because it's really annoying.
Yeah, I'll turn mine off.
John on Facebook, lucky tides are small. Yeah, I've not really looked at the tides. We will. Dan, can you have a look at the tides for me a minute?
Yeah,
So
that's right. I already got admin on it. Right? When you scroll up a bit, they'll tell you the tides are about 4.
Hi guys, hello. Thank you very much for joining. What?
Admin already did it. It's a bit further up. It's about 4.1.
Oh, I'm taking these off. You're boring.
As you were.
SP World Life Art. I used to live in Penmel, directly Bangle season in the same storms. Sorry, I am rubbish at pronouncing. I mean, I can't even pronounce a storm name for God's sake. And we've literally been briefed and looked at stuff in the Met Office in terms of how we actually pronounce it, and I still can't do it properly.
Not okay.
So yeah, apologies on that. Philippa, have you got any rough times when it will make landfall in Ireland and England? Yes. So let's just look at the UKV models because that one's probably the best one to look at.
Ireland's looking at its worst hit at 6 o'clock.
Oh, no, we don't want Friday. We don't want Thursday. We want Friday.
I forgot you can't hear me, can you?
I can't remember what I said. So the winds are gradually going to start picking up, I would say, from about, from about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock is when you'll start to feel some breezy conditions coming in, hitting Ireland and then from about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, till about 4 o'clock. I don't know if you can see the. Let me just quickly.
I feel like I'm back at school again.
What?
It's like I'm back at school, mate. Please, sir, can I talk now? Before you come up with these times, do you want to check GFS's latest run for when it's going to hit Ireland?
Well, I was doing it on UKV.
Yeah, GFS is a lot earlier than that.
You'll fob GFS off.
Can't do that, mate. If GFS is right, Ireland's getting smashed at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, let me get there, will you? Because I was saying from about 3 o'clock, I'm trying to work out where in specific Ireland will get hit, because it's essentially going to be the southwest, but then it's going to kind of moving up to the west of Ireland.
Southwest could get smashed from 3.
Pipe down.
But about 9 o'clock in the morning might get a bit breezy. Right, GFS is currently saying 111 mile an hour winds on the southwest coast of Ireland at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Just as an option.
For about 1 o'clock in the morning, that is when you're going to
batten down the arches.
Yeah, that's when you need to be in your safe place.
All right, Reed. Chill out, mate. Sound like Brian then. Get to your safe places.
Yeah, but it's true. Like,
grab the towel.
It needs, people do need to get to a safe place. Yeah. Philippa. So you're looking at, what time do we say? 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the morning for Ireland, and then for the UK, I think we're looking at around about 5 o'clock is when we. Yeah. About
5, 6 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, 5, 6 o'clock for big time.
But the models are changing around quite a fair bit, and this is something that we're having to keep an eye on all the time. And that's why it's really hard when I see loads of Facebook pages and posts going up with, this is going to be violent storm of 140 mile an hour winds and this, that, and the other, and it's only Monday. And I'm like, I think you kind of just need to just calm it down a little bit. But given the fact that we are only 48 hours away, which is why I published some of the diagrams on the latest models that we've seen earlier on this morning, because essentially, we are getting very, very close to this, and it's getting to a serious situation where the models are still being consistent in terms of, the impacts it is going to cause. Ireland have issued multiple red warnings now. The Met Office have issued an amber warning for those onto the west, northwest, and into the North Wales. I know many are probably asking in terms of is it viable for a red warning? I think it's too early to kind of put that in there. And it's really, really difficult. It was quite a simple system, whereas this isn't. There's a lot on it. And I think it's going to come down to, once this system starts firing up, that's when the call would probably be made in advance. There's no point issuing a red warning if you're not 100% certain. But the Met Office are extremely capable, and they're absolutely insane with what they do, and what goes in behind the weather warnings and why they issue it, and the impacts and the disruption, and there's a lot that gets taken into consideration when they issue a yellow warning, even more so for an amber and then for a red. But regardless, you need to still take a yellow warning just as serious. But just make sure you do follow the advice that the National Weather Service give you for this one, because, and it's really funny because we get a lot of compliments coming in. You know, oh, you're better than the Met Office. You're better than them, and this, that, and the other. Well, how are we better? Because essentially we get advised by them. So I don't really understand why people seem to slag the Met Office off, because essentially they're our go-to. More so now as well. So yeah, just put a little bit of trust into them.
They've done it before.
Yeah. Chris Bell on Facebook. Blackpool will be a good show. I'm taking headphones off. What are you laughing at as well? In fact, I don't want to know. Sophie Hopgood on Facebook. Loads of laughing faces. Obviously, it's probably just a clown face here. Just making everyone laugh. Outer Spaces on YouTube. I'm in North Wales. Make sure you stay safe. Be prepared. Jordan Brown on Facebook. Morecambe will be a good shout if you're chasing. It'll be wild there with the numbers the Met is showing.
Yeah.
Dinall would be.
Yeah, so you're no better than me.
Oh, crikey. So we must be miles behind. Jesus, God. I need to.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it earlier.
Rocky Rex on Facebook is looking interested with central pressure around 950 as it crosses the British Isles. Pressure being recorded at or below 950 on relatively rare events. Only about 30 such events in the last 200 years in Britain. Yeah, I think pressure-wise, wasn't that 934?
At the moment, UKV are putting, the eye of the low pressure at 936.
Yeah,
at the moment.
That's just absolutely incredible.
It's mental.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Rachel on Facebook, evening. Hello. Got Steve Spider on YouTube. Hi guys from Dartmoor.
Hi Dartmoor.
We got another load of laughing faces. What are they laughing at? I wonder. I can't even.
I don't know.
There's so many messages coming through.
The 250 mile an hour winds that are going to batter the UK.
What's that?
That's the jet. The 250 mile an hour winds are going to hit the UK. So yeah, that's the jet stream, mate. It's slightly higher than we're going to see. What's it looking like?
On Facebook, we have amber wind and yellow snow. Okay, yeah, don't eat the yellow snow. Could be interesting. Where are you again? Where's that? That you must be just on the tip of the.
Is it southern Scotland, maybe? Last time I looked, I think where the models did say a bit of snow. Oh yeah, a lot of Scotland has actually got a bit of snow on the models. Northern Scotland now. Southern Scotland. Yeah.
Okay, Maria on Facebook. How much in advance will the Met Office usually give a red warning? Okay, there's this. This is a good question.
Yeah.
Typically, I think it's when the chief thinks,
rings his bell,
that red warning is needed. I mean, it all comes down to the time of day as well. So, you know, time of day, what day it is, in terms of like populated areas. We're looking at kind of other storms that have recently impacted, the disruption it's going to cause, local authorities. So there's lots of things that go into issuing various warnings. And yeah, obviously on the back of that, it comes down to what the models are suggesting. Also comes down to the behavior of what the system's doing in real time. Once this actually starts coming together, I think then we'd have a bit more of an idea in terms of what we're dealing with. What I don't know is the data that's being collected by the hurricane hunters that are going to be out essentially collecting data and observing it from the sky. I don't know whether they're feeding data to the Met Office and other weather services. I suspect that they would, and I don't know whether they would use that as advice to issue upgraded warnings. It's really complex. Storm Eunice was one of the systems where it was literally a couple of hours before impact, and then the red warning happened down in Cornwall. And I remember that, like, I remember being in a car park down in Cornwall, waiting to go on BBC. Was it BBC Radio Solent? I think it was Solent, or it might even been London. And literally, must have only been about a minute until I was live on the radio. Phones pinged with red warnings, and it kind of made me flap a little bit just as I was going live. And I'm like, well, the Met Office had just issued red warnings just as I've come on live. Bit of a coincidence, and just everything just stumbled. I just stumbled because it was just, I was like, I need to start preparing for myself now and taking things seriously. So there's a lot of things that the chief meteorologist at the Met Office in the operations would look at in terms of the impacts. Is it warranted a red warning? I can't say. I can't say. I don't have the knowledge in terms of that to say whether it will. Amber warning, yes for sure. Storm Éowyn, yes for sure. And
Based
I think
on
it really
data,
will depend on what the models are going to be doing over the next kind of 12 hours. I mean, if the models are the way that they are at the moment, potentially the likes of 100 mile an hour off parts of the UK, the northwest and stuff, I think they could warrant it. If we look at the disruption that Storm Dara caused, that's going to have a big impact in terms of the power aspect of things. Trees that are vulnerable, trees that have obviously come down from them. So, I think it could potentially, but it's a really complex system. This is. It's
based on Darren said it would be.
Even I haven't dealt with this big of a storm before. So
based on what happened at Dara, I reckon there's a possibility that one will get issued somewhere. But that was a good 2-3 hours before the worst of the winds started hitting. So
they've got to give enough notice. So I think,
bearing in mind that this one is going to be a daytime system. Dara was overnight.
Yeah.
This one's daytime. There's people about, and I think there's a good chance that a red is going to get issued.
Yeah.
But it's like the old cried wolf thing, isn't it? They can't just say, there's going to be a red warning. It gets downgraded. No one starts paying attention to red warnings. When everyone's phone started beeping during Dara, everyone actually started taking things seriously a bit and thinking, we've got to be careful here. You don't want to start ruining that by people thinking, nah, it's all right. They did this last time, nothing happened.
Yeah, and I think Dan's got a good point there as well. A very good point there. But all I would say is just regardless whether it's a red warning or an amber warning or even a yellow warning, you still need to take it seriously. I mean, even if you look at the yellow warnings on the impact matrix, it still could be a highly likely on the scale of the yellow warning.
Can you get that up on the screen?
What?
Can you get the matrix up on the screen just to remind people it exists?
I did have it here somewhere.
We can get that up. Just have a... So although there are weather warnings, the matrix actually makes a lot more sense as to what it is. So like a yellow warning for wind, you've either got a high impact but unlikely, or a very likely but a low impact. So it could be a bit windy and your washer might blow on the line. or your house is going to get battered, but there's not much of a chance of it.
I've messed this up, haven't I?
Yeah.
Still trying to find my feet with it.
Getting there. Scroll down the page rather than that little graph.
I was just wondering if there's any more, yeah.
There's not. I've just flipped through all that.
Have you learned?
Yeah. If you go back, that's it. Go on, move your mouse to the white bit and scroll down. Oh, there you go. That'll do.
Okay, yeah, so is that still coming through on the stream?
Yeah, if you get rid of the comment on the bottom of the screen, though, because it's covering up half the matrix. There you go. That'll do.
Is that better?
Perfect.
It's going to change now, isn't it? Yeah, bloody word.
There we go.
Hang on.
That's better. Nice.
Do you want to talk it through, Dan?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So obviously, you get your warnings here: your yellow, your amber, your reds, which give you a region that they reckon it's going to hit. Obviously, the yellow bits have different criteria to what they're going to hit. So, if you start the yellow at the left-hand side, you've got a very likely, but it's a low impact. So the chances of you getting a good amount of wind are likely, but it might blow your washing off your line and not really have much of an impact. Whereas if you go the other end, it's like, yeah, it's going to take tiles off your roof, it's going to do this and the other, but it's not as likely to happen. But it is still a chance, so they put the warning out. Then as that intensifies until trees are going down, power lines are going down, roofs are coming down, that pushes it further up into that top right corner. So it's worth looking at the matrix, because where that tick is, so at the moment that amber bit is, it's likely, it's working its way into probable, but if it does hit you, it's going to have a high impact on you. So it's going to be more destructive if it does hit. Obviously, it's got to be very likely and a high impact, like Darragh was for North Devon and stuff like that, for it to become a red. So when you get your little Met Office warning app through to say what your weather warning is, it's worth scrolling down, looking at the description of what it says, and looking at that matrix to work out where that tick is, to just give you a better idea of what's happening.
Yeah, and I think that kind of goes into those that do have warnings and that are in the area and they do slag it off. And I think that's where the problem is, when people are like, oh, it never happened, the Met Office gave a yellow warning and this, that and the other, and they issued a storm name and nothing happened. Well, yeah, okay, again, that all comes back down to this matrix, whereas if you actually did look at it, chances are it's probably kind of like a low impact but likely, or the other way around. And I think that maybe I don't know, we had this conversation, didn't we? And I feel like a percentage is probably better.
Yeah,
you know,
or a number or something,
or
out of 10.
Because then we've got that, you know, like there's a 10% chance or probable of you're going to be impacted from this.
Yeah.
So an amber warning. Okay, so we look at the amber. Best way I could really look at it now is if we go with the bottom right, yellow, we could have that as 25%. And then, or, yeah, but that still wouldn't make out because actually, though it'd be 25, actually it's unlikely. So the bottom left would be 25. I just think they need a new complete system that's going to be a little bit more easy to read.
It could do with a little bit of an upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because it is, there's unlikely, likely, high impact, very low impact.
Yeah, but
so you kind of go on.
Yeah, it's the gaps in the middle.
Yeah.
So you got very low impact, an okay chance of impact, a reasonably good chance of impact, and then high. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's where the confusion is, and I think that's why people slag the Met Office off. But regardless, I mean, you still need to be prepared, even if you're in that area anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's just how people look at it.
Is everyone, oh, it didn't hit me. All right, okay, but 10 miles up the road, they got absolutely battered. And does it really hurt to get power packs and power banks and everything charged and be ready and all that? Does it really make a difference if you're prepared?
That reminds me, actually, have we got the backup generator in the car?
Yeah, sorted.
In the car. See, I'm not using Storm Force 1.
No, amateur.
Still get my head around it.
The people have spoken.
Yes.
And for everyone that voted Thor, we got written off. That was my go-to.
Yeah. Callum on Facebook, how bad will it affect the central belt of Scotland? Have we covered this? I'm sure we've covered
we did briefly, yeah. Central belt of Scotland is going to be a bit choppy. I'll say southern Scotland is going to get hit harder.
And then again for the Manchester. Susan on YouTube as well. Hi guys. Stay safe, please, from Sue. Newport. South Lanarkshire.
What about it?
It was just another on the back of a comment. Snow. It was the snow and the yellow warning for
yeah.
Hang on. Wind and yellow warning for snow, I think it was.
Yeah. Models are suggesting there could be a few flurries and bits and pieces, but
yes.
Yeah.
So we've got Gemma on Facebook. Hi. Hello. Will Kent be hit hard? Poor boy got his first driving lesson. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Could get a bit choppy on like the morning up until about 9 o'clock, and then you'll have a slightly breezy rest of the day.
Slight breeze.
Slight breeze.
Oh, what we like.
Do you reckon we're going to get a telly the weather forecast soon?
No.
Here is breezy. Here is getting battered.
I think we need to spend a little more time in the Met Office.
Up here
we'll get a train
it's going to be lovely.
Got Kelly on Facebook as well. I'm in the southwest. If you are in Bristol, happy to provide food and drink to the team. Cheers, Kelly. Appreciate it. And we do get quite a lot of support in terms of you guys, helping us and stuff like that. But yeah, if we ever become stuck in the area, we'll be sure to hit up, because we could do with a nice cup of tea and biscuits, chocolate cake.
Yeah, where's Miss Murray with her biscuits?
Can we just stay away from food and drink? Because every single time we talk about food and drink, it turns into being a vote.
It does.
Yeah, and I'm not having that today. What was the last one?
Red or brown sauce.
Sweet, and then favourite chocolate, and then it ended up being
red and brown sauce in your bacon roll.
Yeah.
You heathens voted ketchup. I've still not forgiven everyone.
I'm not going down that.
Oh, no, not again. Not again. That's a pretty good question, that. I don't know how far up the list you are, though.
In my opinion, metaphors don't get real-time updates based on the fact they have been a bit behind weather station readings in recent times. Yeah, no comment. I can't comment on that because I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one.
Yes. I've lost the message now. Where's it gone?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the latest.
There we go.
International Weather Alert team. Stay safe, guys, from one team to another. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you guys are all right.
Just before that, there was a comment from Kathleen Garrity.
Well, we got extreme weather here, lads. You realise PSG and Man City is on? Yeah.
So, if this ramps up enough, we'll go via the Etihad and see what remains of it. Hopefully, the wind blows a ball in the goal for him. I don't know.
Man City have been awful lately, anyway. Anyway, we're not talking about football.
Thank God for that, because football's... Don't get me started. No, there was a comment a bit further back that I think you missed from Kathleen Garrity.
Okay, hit me.
Which is a good question.
Okay.
And it's all yours to answer, because I've not got a clue.
Go on.
Why do storms start bad at night?
I don't actually have an answer for that.
Me neither. It's a bloody good question.
Yeah,
We do always seem to be going out at night, though, don't we? For these low pressures, they always start ramping up at night.
Yeah, but it's more fun when you're
It is,
dark.
but why is it? Oh no, that's it. Right, I don't know who Kathleen Garrity is, but you've now got me up on a little binge session tonight, working out why storms start bad at night, because that's going to bug the hell out of me now.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, we've also got Kelly Mills here and Kathleen trying to keep the votes on the red and the brown sauce. We're not doing it.
The answer's brown. End of. Cool.
It's not
Next
brown.
question. It's brown. Next question.
Next question. I'm trying. There's so many coming in.
There's a question there. Is it likely to get enhanced by a Sting jet from Stuart?
Oh, let's have a look. Why have you put that one up? Do you think planes from south? No.
End of. Next.
No, I think the southwest would be all right.
Gary, no. Stuart, yes. Steve, no. Kathleen, yes. Let's fly through these comments.
Sorry, guys.
I need another cider.
I think you've had too many.
I've only had 2.
Got James. Do you
So
think
if
Northern Ireland will get a red warning? Yeah.
I think we covered that pretty much, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so. Based on these latest, anyway.
You know who Kelly said, give me a shout out on message if you need help with supplies.
Yes.
She also put another comment a bit further up. We have chocolate cake. So that's that decided.
Love it.
See you on the road.
Let's go.
Guy Williams, how can anyone put ketchup on a bloody bacon butty? Yes, mate, exactly. Brown sauce all the way.
Can you pipe down? You're boring.
UK weather chase ketchup all day long. Sorry, Dan.
There you go.
Delete.
Boom.
I don't know who that was on admin, but they are sacked in the morning.
I'm just trying to look at. Where are we here? So that's Australia. We don't want Australia, do we? No. Okay.
Sarah
So-
Brace with the most logical reason going. Bacon, egg sarnies with red or brown. Cup of tea to wash it down. As long as you got the tea, either way. There you go. No point having an argument on that. Goes with a cup of tea.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the latest models.
I'm trying to work out how I can get into the NOAA's Hurricane Hunters data.
Oh, you know my mate Dave?
No. Who's your mate, Dave?
You know Dave? You know Dave? But his mate Steve, his mate's a guy called Ian. And that guy Ian is good friends with his brother's cousin's son, who's Noah. Yeah, I don't know, mate.
Can you just turn my camera off now?
I'm near Blackpool. Will the storm force be reduced because it's making landfall in Ireland first? I've seen hurricanes lose momentum, just hoping it's the same for us. That's a very good question, Guy. So yeah, I think it does depend on at what impact it hits into Ireland and where it is, whether it's kind of like more to the northwest of Ireland or more to the southwest western parts of Ireland. So yeah, essentially once we know where that main core is coming, it will essentially kind of come around. So yeah, it's hard to know right now.
So if you look at the models, it does hit land and then kind of split into two around the coasts.
Yeah. How bad for the northeast of England, please?
Windy.
Yeah.
Pretty windy. Whereabouts in the northeast of England are we talking? Anywhere around the Newcastle area is going to be 70-ish miles an hour winds.
Yeah, I was just about to say
by
that.
midday.
Yeah, it's very it's a very dodgy situation. But anyway, we are gonna go because we've
Pretty sure
got
that
lots
conversation
to
was
do.
said in the Met Office as well, wasn't it?
What's that?
This is a bit of a dodgy situation.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got lots to do. So expect us to be deployed tomorrow. What time did we say we're looking at deploying? About 9 o'clock, wasn't it?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Right now.
Yeah, 10 o'clock here in Devon. And then we'll be blasting it up towards North Wales or possibly even further into the Lake District. But we'll make that decision as we hit the road.
Somewhere before Manchester.
What?
Somewhere before Manchester.
Somewhere before Manchester, yes. I can't hear you with these on. It's really weird. I keep hearing myself speak and it just throws me off. But yeah, we will do our utmost best to keep you all updated tomorrow throughout the day. We'll probably do a few behind the scenes whilst we're on our travels up there. Have a bit of a laugh and a giggle. Might do a bit of a live stream on our way up, just so you can kind of check in Storm Force 1. Didn't forget that time, did I, Dan?
Nailed it.
And yeah, give you all the latest. Just need to relax a little bit before it all hits the fan.
Yes.
But thank you all for joining. Stay safe, especially everyone that's in the weather warnings. And do continue to keep an eye on the weather warnings and our page as well, because this is likely to change. And yeah, hopefully we can bring some live streams for our chasing tomorrow. And have you guys riding in on board on Stormforce 1. But thank you all for joining, and stay safe, and we will speak to you all soon.